when the World Health Organization celebrated Sweden's strategy? Yeah, that never happened.
This is Angry Foreigner. He is a Swedish YouTuber and he runs a channel, The Sweden Report. I guess he's a fan of Dave Rubin or something. And in this video he claims that the WHO never supported Sweden's handling of the coronavirus. To prove this, he plays this clip.
With regard to this concept of herd immunity, I think we'll wait. I believe zero prevalence studies are underway in Sweden as well as many other countries, and Maria can speak to that because WHO with our partners have done a large review of all of the seroepidemiologic studies that are underway and some of the results that are available. But I would say that the general outcome, even in areas of fairly intense transmission, the proportion of people who have seroconverted or who have antibodies in their blood is actually quite low.
After which he claims that Swedish newspapers were taking parts of this press conference out of context, and they apparently did this to make it seem as if though they were praising Sweden.
Media watched this, they cut out crucial parts of the conference and made it sound like the WHO endorses Sweden's strategy. Media outlets uncritically picked this up and spread a word that it's an endorsement. It's not.
He uses this as proof that Swedish media is fake news, and that it's also super dangerous, and that Sweden is the China of Europe.
Don't you understand that this is the China of Europe?
Okay, so let's break this down. What did the WHO actually say? Well, first off, what was the question?
My question is on Sweden. It's a country that chosen a different road and strategy, basically no lockdown and an open society through the crisis. Could this mean that the population of Sweden, maybe other countries that have not had strict lockdowns, have a chance to be better protected in case of a second wave, as they have been more exposed and have had a chance to develop a possible herd immunity?
And the response was no. It won't help in obtaining herd immunity. I disagree that they don't have a lot of restrictions.
I think there's a perception out there that Sweden has not put in place control measures and has just allowed the disease to spread. Sweden has put in place a very strong public health policy around physical distancing, around caring and protecting for people in long-term facilities and many other things. What it has done differently is it has very much relied on its relationship with its citizenry, and the ability and willingness of citizens to implement physical distancing and to self-regulate, if you want to use that word.
He even claims that
nothing could be further from the truth.
And he then goes on to praise Sweden. So, what was the claim?
I think if we are to reach a new normal, I think in many ways Sweden represents a future model of, if we wish to get back to a society in which we don't have lockdowns, then society may need to adapt for a medium or potentially a longer period of time in which our physical and social relationships with each other will have to be modulated by the presence of the virus. We will have to be aware the virus is present, and we will have to, as individuals and families and communities, do everything possible on a day-to-day basis to reduce the transmission of that virus. And that may mean adjusting the way we live our lives. And I think maybe in Sweden they're looking at how that is done in real time.
It was that if the virus is to become part of the daily monotony, then Sweden's strategy represents a sustainable way of dealing with the virus without a lockdown. We can't lock down entire countries for years to come. But it seems like Angry Foreigner has gotten me good here, because he has some sources.
Since then, Michael Ryan has clarified that Sweden is a disaster, saying it's dangerous to think herd immunity works, that humans are not herds, old people are not disposable, and no responsible country should adopt Sweden's model.
Wait, what? This isn't even talking about Sweden. Read the words on the screen, my dude. The WHO is just relaying the same information as they did in the prior clip. Yeah, just hoping to obtain herd immunity is a bad strategy. Though, is he just under the impression that herd immunity is Sweden's strategy of dealing with the virus? Well, I doubt that, because he seems politically savvy. But I guess Hamlin's razor, right? We shouldn't attribute malice where we could attribute stupidity. So let's just say that Angry Foreigner is really stupid. But then, this entire video is based on his stupidity. Herd immunity was never Sweden's strategy. He just keeps pretending, or thinking that it is. And that's what all of his arguments are combating. Look, here we have Sweden's top epidemiologist, Anders Tegnell, saying that no, herd immunity isn't the strategy, but immunity either via herd immunity or vaccination seems to be the only way to get rid of the virus for good. And one of those two seems to be ultimately inevitable.
But it keeps going on about this for a while anyways.
After shooting the shit for a few minutes, he actually does bring up the fact that the WHO defended Sweden from the claims that they don't have any restrictions.
Now, I noticed that the WHO were being a bit too polite during their press conference, saying that Sweden has things under control with strong policies.
But once again, my dear friends, it seems like he got us. 'Cause he has some anecdotes.
As a resident here, I've noticed with my own eyes how that is not the case. There are no strong policies put in place. There is no social distancing.
Damn, man, you fucking got me, man. Man, dude, yeah, man, you got me, you fucking got me, man. You fucking got me, dude. Fucking destroyed.
He also proves that Sweden is denying people testing. He does this by showing a YouTube comment.
I think Sweden is underreporting their numbers big time. I know a family in Sweden, and all of them are showing symptoms of corona. Yet none of them can get tested, and their conditions are not reported.
Oh shit, I guess that gotta be true then. He showed a YouTube comment. That's top-notch data collection. Look, I left a comment of my own. I guess that all is good now. Hey, we just get rid of world hunger. After ranting some more, he shows up a list of things that Anders Tegnell apparently have claimed.
This list here is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, how do I say this? Some of them are fake. He never claimed that the virus won't come to Sweden. Yes, that is very unlikely, which it was at the time. Some of the statements, however, are correctly attributed. But those were true at the time of him saying them.
We have a limited number of cases. The majority are from abroad.
That was indeed true.
Then we have the never-ending, uneducated nonsense about my economy, when the fact is that this strategy will do zero to help our economy, since 89% of Sweden's GDP is based on import-export.
This is true. To protect the economy, every country will have to follow Sweden's model. Angry Foreigner is, like you probably know, a right-winger. But here, you can see him criticizing his fellow conservatives that are critical of the lockdowns around the world.
Imagine falling for the corona hoax. This is martial law. They're just not calling it that. Don't question us. Only obey the law. Sincerely, Big Brother. This doesn't feel like a crisis. This feels like an experiment. Just a power play to see how many people would do exactly as they're told. And the cell phones tell them who's moving. You're still using a cell phone? I suppose you play with plastic too.
He does this by reading YouTube comments in a mocking voice. He also kinda accidentally reveals what kind of person is subscribed to him.
I notice it's largely women that seem to be wanting to enforce lockdown. Disappointed at how willing they are to submit and live in fear.
But isn't this nice? He seems to be a rational, facts-over-feel kind of guy. Totally divorced from any political bias. Well, my friends, I'm afraid I'll have to pull out the rug from under you again. The reason why he's criticizing Sweden isn't just because he's a right-winger. He's a Swedish right-winger. And as a Swedish right-winger, he isn't really a fan of the incumbent, kind of left-leaning Social Democratic Party. And he'll take any opportunity to criticize them. In conclusion, I'll let him show off his hatred of himself. Sweden's socialist government is evil, and anyone who's agreeing with them is just as bad.
You claim to be conservatives, yet here you are betraying the very old people who built this country by copy-pasting our socialist feminist government's defense. You literally sound like our leftist government, so how exactly are we gonna apply guilt by association here? Because I've seen plenty of conspiracy tards in your audiences talking about the plandemic and how you can never trust the mainstream media. Is a socialist government more trustworthy?